Hello, Jonathan Rayo here with Simplified Guitar, and in this lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to play the song All of My Days. This song was requested by Patron Donna. Thank you, Donna, for your song suggestion. Now, what I'm going to do first is play all the way through the song, and then at the end, I'll break it down and explain it in more detail. So make sure to stick around for that. For now, let's go ahead and play through the song.
Walk me by the quiet waters, lay me down in your green pastures. Be my shepherd, be my comfort in the valley zone. Lead me on the path that's narrow, guide me through the darkest shadow. I will fear no evil, you are with me where you are here. You prepare a table before me. You are here in the presence of my deepest pain. You're here, and my cup is overflowing. All your goodness and your mercy follow me all of my days. Oh, all of my days. Oh, walk me by the quiet waters, lead me down in your green pastures. Be my shepherd, be my comfort in the valley zone. Lead me on the path that's narrow, guide me through the darkest shadow. I will fear no evil, you are with me where I go. You are here, you prepare a table before me. You are here in the presence of my deepest pain. You're here, and my cup is overflowing, 'cause all your goodness and your mercy follow me all of my days. Oh, all of my days. Oh, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Because you're my good shepherd. You restore my soul, and my cup is overflowing. I will never walk alone, for you are with me all of my days. Oh, all of my days. Oh,
All right, before I break this song down, if you would like to check out the chord chart for this song, you can click right up there to head over to my Patreon page. So for this song, I am using the G chord family, but I am playing with my capo up here on fret 3. So that puts me in the key of A sharp or B flat. But I am using the G chord family. So we've got a G chord, we have a B over G, or G over B, I guess you could say G over B, which looks like this. Basically, it's the same thing as the G. We're just removing our second finger, and we want to make sure that we don't play that low E string for this chord. We want to hear that B note as the deepest first note that we pluck. Okay, and then we have a C add 9 and a D over F sharp. And then we also have a B minor 7, which looks just like the D over F sharp. We're just going to take that first finger and move it down one string to the A string. And we want to make sure we don't play that low E string for this chord either. Okay, it's also okay if you mute the D string with your first finger. In fact, I tend to do that on purpose because I don't want to hear that D string. And so if you keep it muted, it just sounds a little bit cleaner because that D string can kind of muddy up the chord. So that's something you can keep in mind for that B minor 7. If you want a perfectly clean B minor, you can play a B minor bar chord, which looks like this. Of course, this is a lot harder to play, and it's a very big hand change. So, going from the E minor to this B minor, then back to a C chord, it's going to be a big hand change, and it could create some problems. But feel free to do that if you want to as well. That's another alternative. Okay, so for the strumming and finger picking, we're going to do a combination here for this song where we're going to do some finger picking and strumming all in the same song. And this is a technique that I like to teach my students on my Patreon page. I teach it in my advanced strumming course as well on my Patreon page. This idea of finger picking and strumming within the same song to create some dynamics, okay, to create some variation in intensity. And this is something we can do on the acoustic guitar. And what we're going to be doing here is doing a finger picking pattern for the verses, and then we're going to transition into strumming with our index finger primarily, with the fingernail of your index finger. Okay, so let's start off with the finger picking pattern first. I'm going to talk about that one, and then I'll talk about the strum pattern. So for the finger picking pattern, and in fact for any finger picking pattern, you always want to start beat 1 on the root note of the chord. So if we're playing a G chord, beat 1 is going to be on that low E string. Okay, so that's going to be beat 1. And then with our thumb, we're going to go to the D string for beat 2, 3, and 4, because this is a 4-beat pattern. The song is in 4/4 time. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's eliminating everything but our thumb. That's what our thumb is doing. Our thumb is playing on the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's on the E string on beat 1 and on the D string for the rest. Now, that's going to be for the G chord, for the E minor chord, and for the D over F sharp. Okay, now if I play a C add 9 chord, my root note changes now to the A string. So my thumb is going to be on the A string for beat 1, and then on the D string, still on the D string for beat 2, 3, and 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This also applies for the B minor 7. And then also for the A minor 7. Okay, so that's what our thumb is doing. Depending on the chord, that root note is going to change, like I just showed you. Now, for the other part of this pattern is going to be with your first and second finger, and it's going to be alternating in the spaces between the beats. So on the ands, or where upstrums would occur in a strum pattern, okay? So what we're going to do there is we're going to alternate between the G and B string with our first finger on the G and our second finger on the B. And those, again, are going to come in the spaces between. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so your first and second finger alternating between the B and G string in the spaces between the beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's a great way to practice this pattern is to do what I'm doing right here. Just grab one chord and practice it while counting the beats out loud so that you could be completely focused on those beats, where the fingers are falling, and all of that. Okay? So that's the finger picking pattern we're going to be using. When we switch and we get to the chorus, we're gonna switch to a strum pattern, and the strum pattern is going to be the driving pattern, which is another 4-beat strum pattern. So this one, we're going to be strumming, and we're going to do down strums on every beat, and then an up strum after beat 4, and then we're going to repeat. We also want to put emphasis on 1 and 3. So that's every other beat we're going to be strumming louder, and that creates dynamics within the pattern. So basically that's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1. Now I am using just my index finger and the fingernail of that index finger, and on the up strum, I'm also using the index finger. I'm just using the pad of that index finger on the way up. Okay, so we've got down strum, up strum. Okay, just that index finger the whole time. Okay, it creates a bit of it's a bit of a softer sound than if you were to use a pick. But you know, for a song like this that's soft anyway, it works really well. Sounds really good. Okay, and then basically I go from that and I alternate back to that finger picking pattern when I go back to the verse, and then I go back out of it as well. Something else you can try, and this is a little bit more advanced, but what you can do is keep this, keep your pick in your hand. You can tuck it inside underneath your finger like this, and you can do the finger picking pattern. And then when you get to the chorus, you can pull out that pick and you can strum with a pick in that case. And then you can tuck it back under your finger when you go back to the finger picking pattern. And in this case, what I typically do when I do this is I'm only finger picking with my thumb and my first finger. I let my first finger do all the work. My second finger is holding the pick. And then when it's time to strum, I pull out that pick. And when you practice with this enough, you can do it without even missing a beat. And you just, you can switch from that finger picking directly into strumming with a pick, and then back into finger picking again. And you can do it all without missing a beat. So that's something you can do as well if you want your strumming to be louder and more prominent. Okay, I think that is pretty much it for this song. Yeah. Let me just see here. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Yeah. Okay, I do want to mention for that chorus at the end, all of my days. So we have all of my days. Oh. Right there, that C and G are both lasting for half a measure. Okay, so you're going to play a C for 2 beats, G for 2 beats, and then you're switching to the D and going back to 2 measures there. Okay, so those are really quick transitions for that C and G. And if that throws you off, that's why. You just want to focus on making quick transitions there. So basically the C and G fit within one measure or one strum pattern. So C for the first 2 beats of the pattern, G for the other 2 beats of the pattern, and then the up strum, and you go into a new measure. Okay, let me count these beats out. So we have the G for a full measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that part could be a little tricky. Just keep that in mind as to what's going on right there when you get to that part. If you do have any questions, feel free to post your questions in the comment section of this post on my Patreon page. Again, that's right up there. I do answer all of my patrons' questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next song tutorial. Take care.